All right, welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be solving inequalities using addition and subtraction. Now, in order to solve an inequality, it's very similar on the way that we solve an equation. All that we're trying to find is a set of solutions that make this inequality true. And we're going to be using inverse operations just like we do when we solve a simple equation or any equation actually. Let's go ahead and dive into these two examples, and then there's a quick check for understanding towards the end of the video so you can have some practice. Let's go over problem number 1. It says solve x minus 6 is greater than or equal to negative 10. Our goal here is to move this negative 6 to the other side so that x can be alone. Over here, I am subtracting 6. So I need to think, how can I move that negative 6 to the other side if I am subtracting it? Well, if you thought of adding 6 to both sides, you are actually correct. Adding 6 is the opposite of subtracting 6. That is the inverse operation of subtracting 6. Now, when I add 6, this negative 6 and this positive 6, they cancel each other out, and I am left with, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit stuck there. With negative 10 plus 6. Well, negative 10 plus 6 is actually negative 4. And we're done. So we're looking, our solution set is all values that are greater than or equal to negative 4. But let's think about that very quickly. What are all values that are greater than or equal to negative 4? What am I saying here? What I'm saying here is that all numbers that are greater than or equal to negative 4. What are those numbers? We have negative 4, 5, we have 100, we have negative 3.5 is actually greater than or greater than negative 4. So what I'm saying is that all of these values, and we have infinite values, comma, dot, 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 are actually solutions to this inequality. So if I plug in a negative 4 for x, or if I plug in a positive 4 here, or if I plug in a 100, that value that is greater than or equal to negative 4 is going to make the inequality true. It's going to make the inequality true. Let's go ahead and do the other problem very quickly. We have y plus 8 is less than or equal to 5. Y plus 8 is less than or equal to 5. Well, the way that we isolate y is by subtracting 8 on both sides. The inverse operation of adding 8 is subtracting 8. So I'm going to subtract 8 on both sides. And I get y is this positive 8 and this negative 8 cancel each other out. And I'm left with 5 minus 8, that's actually negative 3. Go ahead and work on these problems that I have prepared for you. This quick check for understanding is very important to practice. Go ahead and work on these problems, and once you're done, come back to this video and check your solutions. Okay, hopefully you paused the video. If you have not, I still encourage you to go ahead and try this problem on your own. But now I'm going to go over these problems. So over here, we could have added 4 on both sides, and that was going to give us x is negative 4. I'm sorry, negative 5 plus 4. That's actually negative 1. So I'm looking for all values that are less than negative 1. And what are those values? Negative 1.5. That's 2. That is 3. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking for values that are less than. I was putting values that are greater than. Negative 2, negative 3, negative 1,000, negative 1 million. All of these values, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm missing 1 0. There you go. So all of these values will make this inequality true. And over here, what can we do? Number 2. Let me just zoom in on number 2 very quickly. So we have negative 8 is less than or equal to 8 plus y. Well, the way that we isolate y is by subtracting 8 on both sides. -8 minus 8 is -16, and that is less than or equal to y. So what I'm looking for is, let me write it a different way. I can also write it like this: y is greater than or equal to -16. These two expressions are equivalent. So I'm looking for all the values that are greater than or equal to -16, and that includes 16, -16, that includes -15, that includes 0, ... So any value that is greater than or equal to -16 is going to make this inequality true. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and click the subscribe button so you can be updated, and that way you don't miss any of the videos that will be coming to this channel.